Good morning, ladies. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a full face of nothing new. Everyone is so excited always to see the new products that are out there, but sometimes we forget products that we have on hand that we love. So it's good to go back and use them. And I hope that some of the products that I'm going to use today are ones that you have in your stash or in your arsenal, whatever you want to call it, in your makeup products that you have. I hope they are. If they're not, maybe it'll give you incentive to go out and try them, because you know what? There are so many wonderful products out there. I have probably well over 100 eyeshadow palettes, and I declutter, but then I buy new, and I have an order of some new ones coming in that I'm going to do a video on shortly. It's a brand that I have not tried before, so I'm excited about that. But I love makeup, so I don't expect you to have hundreds of palettes in your, in your supplies and stash that you have. But the ones that you do have, if you get a new palette, don't just use that all the time. Go back and use your other ones. I made it a point to tell myself and to make sure that I rotate my palettes. And I will say it now, and I'll say it probably at the end of the video too, because I want to just let you know, rotate your palettes, use them. If you have them and you like them, use them. If you find out you don't, declutter them. Give them to someone or get rid of them or whatever you want to do with them. But I hope that you like this look. I think it came out wonderful. I can't wait for you to see how I got this look and just some of the techniques that I used to do it. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, I do hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel. Ring the notification bell so you're notified every time that I upload a video. Give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. With that, let's get started on this makeup look and see how it came out. Okay, so I picked some items that are not new. None of them are new. Most of them I have had for a while, or I've had and repurchased over and over again. So let's get started with this look. First thing I'm going to do is my eyes. I like to do my eyes first, and especially since I just put on all my skincare and I do have on my sunscreen and it's still absorbing in. I've got on the Dermatology tinted sunscreen, and I do love that. It's one of my favorites, and I have told you that before. It just looks amazing, and it gives just a nice light tint. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some primer, and I pulled out this primer that I haven't used in a while. It's hard candy. I picked it up, I don't remember, I think it was at Walmart, which I don't go to Walmart very often, so it's been a while ago, but at least a couple months. So I'm going to put some of this on. When it comes out of the tube, it looks like it has a tint to it, but it does not, to me, actually leave any kind of tint. Then for my eyebrows, and I have not used this, and I'm not even sure if they still have this. I probably should have looked before then. This is the It Cosmetics brow, and this is their Build-A-Brow, and this is more like a gel or putty. I love this. This actually does help build up your brows, and it gives them volume, it gives them like fibers, and it fills in. Look at that. I mean, it fills in so nicely and easily. And I actually have the shade gray, which matches. I got this, oh gosh, it's probably been about a year ago, and I bought two of them at the time. I think they may have been discontinuing them. That's why I grabbed two of them. So I grabbed a blonde and I grabbed a gray, which now, because my hair is going natural and it is like a dirty ash blonde, but it has some gray in it, it actually goes pretty good. So I normally like to do my brows off camera because I don't like to take time in the video doing that. So I'm just going to do a very quick brow today. It may not be exactly precise, but I love the way this looks. It looks so natural. It looks like hair strokes to it, and I will tell you, you do not have to put, I normally do not have to put any kind of brow gel over the top of this to make it stay in place all day. So love that. Okay, so for the eyeshadow palette that I picked, I decided to look through my Sigma palettes because I haven't used some of them in a while. So I decided to pick the Sigma New Mod. This is one of my favorite, and I love the packaging on this. It is actually feels velvety. It's nice and soft, and it's got actual texture in it, like it's quilted. And it's got some of my favorite colors in it. So we all know that I love the roses and mauves, but it's also got some browns in here that I love as well. So I'm going to start out by putting, it comes with its own little brush, which I think is really nice. All of the Sigma palettes, the larger ones, come with a double-ended brush, which I really like. But I'm going to use my It Cosmetics brush that I have. This is a Oliver Shadow Crease brush, which exactly, just like this one, has a blender and it has a one. So I'm going to take this very light shade here. This is a perfect underbrow color, and I'm going to just sweep that underneath, and it's a nice matte color. And it's not white, it's more like a real light flesh tone, so I really like that. I don't want to put like white underneath my brows. Okay, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to do something a little bit more neutral. I'm going to pick this color here that's a little bit more on the brown or taupey shades. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush. And again, because I have hooded eyes, you always want to look straight ahead, find where you want it to go above your crease, and then I look back. And then just blend. Blend, blend, blend. Same thing. Look straight ahead. Find your spot and then blend. This is very pigmented. And this is a little bit darker than I normally would have gone. They don't have one that's what I consider a great transition shade in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of our lightest shade and I'm going to just lightly blend that over the top and soften it down. And that's something that you always can do, or just mix them at the beginning. And that softened it up really nicely. Okay. Then I got a smaller brush that I brought up with me, and I'm going to go into this color right here, which is called Street Style. And this has got a little bit of a more of a red tone to it, or I wouldn't say red, more of a deeper mauve or berry. And I'm going to put that in my corner and in my crease. And I'm just going to place it and then blend it out. Same thing on this side. Just going to place it and then blend it out. I'm sort of tapping as I go too. Tapping and blending. I'm just trying to blend it in, get it in my crease good. So it's going to give that depth to my crease. We are going out to dinner with some friends that we have not seen in a long time, so I'm excited about that. Okay, now I'm not gonna deepen it up too much more, but I do want to give it a little bit more of a pink tone. So I'm going to add this just lightly, just to give it a little bit of a rosy, and I'm just patting it on the edge or where that's blending onto the lid. So it's sort of gonna, and then I take my big blending brush and just blend that in. So it's sort of a dual color. It's more brown at the edge, and then it blends into more mauve-y color. Love always adding a little bit of pink. Okay, now we get to find the fun part of the shimmers. And look at the shimmers that are in here. I don't want to go 222 pink all over the whole lid with this look. So I think I'm going to start out with this color here, which is called Posh. And I'm just going to apply this on my lid with my finger. And I've said it before, I normally love to apply shimmers with my fingers. And I will say this, these are, look at this. It's like they're metallic. It's beautiful. And it doesn't, to me, looking in my mirror up close, it does not accentuate lines or anything. It's just very, very pretty. And then I'm going to go back later and I'm going to do a little inner corner highlight. So for right now, let's just do a little bit of last minute blending. Get everything off my brush because I don't want to, I just want to blend. Okay, perfect. Okay, now, oh, and I did not bring, oh, yes, I did. I've got my IT Cosmetics. This is actually another brush that I use. This is my spoolie that I keep for fixing my mascara mistakes, but it has a little fine tip on the end, which is really soft, that you can use for your brows. But instead of that, I'm going to take it and I'm going to use this right here, which is called Grunge. And I am going to use my dark brown eyeliner as, or dark brown eyeshadow rather, as a liner. There are always ways to multi-purpose makeup. In fact, I'm going to have a video coming up that talks about different ways that you can use makeup for other than it's intended. I mean, this is an eyeshadow. It's intended to be an eyeshadow, but if you don't have a liner with you and you have a dark color in your eyeshadow palette, use it as a liner. And you can do it wet or dry. It depends on if you want a softer look, which I'm going more for a softer look, so I'm using it dry. If I wanted it more dramatic, I would wet it, and then it would give it a deeper, definitely more bold line. But because I wanted it softer, I am doing it dry. So look at that. Made a nice little liner. Like that a lot. Okay. Now we're going to go in and we're going to do some mascara on our eyes. So the mascara that I chose, which I use a lot, is my favorite, my L'Oreal Voluminous Base, and then I'm going to use the Maybelline Sky High. These are two of my favorites. I do love these. There are several drugstore mascaras that I love out there. I love the new Milani Tubing Mascara, absolutely one of my favorites. I love the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift, that I love as well. There are so many good drugstore mascaras. That is one area that I don't normally spend a lot on. I will say there are some. I like the Calorie Tubing Mascara. I like the Thrive Cosmetics. Thrive Cosmetics, I like their tubing mascara. There are some other ones that I do like out there that are more expensive, but I don't buy them on a regular basis because so many of the drugstore brands do a wonderful job. So I am going to do my mascara offline real super quick, and that way we'll save time on the video. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Got my mascara on. I am loving this look. Sigma eyeshadows perform wonderful, ladies. I would highly recommend them to anybody. And I will tell you, they have sales on all the time. I get emails. I've signed up for their emails, and they have sales on all the time. So even though this may be like a $50 palette, they have 20, 30, 40% off all the time, and they have different things going on sale. So I would definitely highly recommend that you try out Sigma products because I have loved them for years, ever since I tried them about a year and a half ago. Okay, let's move on to complexion. Okay, I'm pulling out an oldie but a goodie that was everyone's favorite, I think, last year, and it still is one of my favorite, the NYX Bear With Me Serum Sealer. As you get older and you have texture under your eyes and you have, you know, dry skin, this is one of my absolute favorites because it's not, it covers very well, but it's not a very thick consistency. So that is key to me. And I did not bring up a concealer brush. I cannot believe I did that. Well, you know what? We have our foundation brush, so we're just going to use this. I'm going to tap it in with my fingers first. And let the heat of my fingers, my skin, help it to blend in. And then I'm just going to use this foundation brush to tap it in. And then I do have a makeup sponge here. And I love using a makeup sponge to press everything in. Look at that. It looks so skin-like. I just love this. Got a little piece up there. Doesn't emphasize texture, just a very good concealer, and it actually does a really good job in concealing. So I think we picked a good one there, and that'll always be, as long as it's around, I think that'll always be one of my favorites. So, okay, for foundation, I pulled out my CoverGirl Plus Olay Simply Ageless. This is the Broad Spectrum SPF 28 Instant Wrinkle Defying, and I got it in Classic Beige. It's a foundation, and it has titanium dioxide sunscreen in it, and it also has hyaluronic complex and vitamin C, which I put vitamin C on this morning, so I guess I don't really need that. I love this. It's got a balmy texture to it, and you can see the white. You can see it a lot better when I first got it. That is the skincare that's in here, and then it comes with its own little sponge to use, and I normally like to put it on with that sponge. So let's give it a try. And I will do it with a sponge, and then sometimes I will go over it with my makeup brush. That's why I brought my makeup brush up here. So I like to press it on with that, and then I will just take my makeup brush and blend it out. Get my hair out of the way so I'm not don't want to press it into my hair. Okay, look at how that looks. Ladies, I think this is a perfect foundation for anyone who has mature, dry skin, normal skin. Even if you have oily skin, this has got hyaluronic acid in it, so it's hydrating, but it's not necessarily super like moisturizing. It doesn't have a bunch of oils or moisturizers in it. But look at how nice that sits on the skin. It's nice and skin-like, and I just think it just leaves such a nice dewy finish. Okay, I normally do not use powder that much, but I did bring up my IT Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. I will, in some cases, and this comes with a little, actually rubberized like sponge to it. I normally don't use that. I normally, if I'm going to put it underneath my eyes, I will use a small brush, tap off the excess, and then just setting underneath my eyes. And then I will take a larger fluffy brush, tap it off, and then just lightly and very lightly. I do not put a lot of powder on my dry, mature skin. I do like this. That's the one thing about IT Cosmetics. I'm sorry. They do not put talc in their product. So that is what I've got so far. I think I might go back in with my eyeshadow palette. And let me see. I might take a little teeny bit of my color that I first started with. And then I want to add a little bit of the pink color to it. Just real softly. And then I will say this has not smeared under my eyes yet, so I'm going to put just a small amount. Of mascara under my eyes. Okay, let's give some color to this face because it just is a blank canvas, and I've got faux tan on, so it doesn't, it needs a little bit of life to it. So I brought up my Kiko Milano, my sculpting contour, which I love. It's in a nice cool tone, and I'm going to put that there. I'm going to pat it in with my fingers just a little, and then I brought up I love this is the It Cosmetic brush, and it's meant for cream blushes, cream bronzers. And we're going underneath. It's always good, ladies, to give a little bit of lift and shape. And I love how this looks. This blends in. Look at that, how nicely that blends in. Perfect. And then for my bronzer, because I always use a different color, bronzer to me should have a bronzy color. It's going to give light and lift to your skin. Contours should have a grayer undertone so it looks like a shadow. So my favorite cream bronzer is O2 Laguna in the NARS. I'm just going to get a little bit of that on my brush, and then I'm going to put that up here just to give that little bit of brightness and a little bit of sun-kissed look. Now I could leave it at that, and most of the time I do, but like I said, my makeup has to last all day and going out to dinner. So I brought up my Essence contour, and I am just going to very, very, very lightly go over my contour with this powder contour, just to set it so it will last. And then I brought up my L'Oreal Infallible, which will normally last. And I like using powder bronzers in the summer. I'm more of a cream bronzer person in the winter, but as I'm getting older, my skin is getting drier, I like cream all the time. But I am just, and this is not a step that you have to do. If your skin is oily, I would say go straight for your L'Oreal Infallible, because this is going to last you, it'll stay on all day. But I like to put the cream underneath it, and then it's set. And look at that beautiful, look at that. Perfect contour, love it. Okay, as far as blush goes, since I was in my little Sigma section of my makeup, I grabbed my Sigma blush cheek palette. this was one of the other first things that I got from Sigma, and I absolutely love it. Look at the colors here, ladies. They are beautiful. They've got everything from peaches to pinks to more of a deeper mauvey rose color. This one has a little bit more brown to it. This one's got more of a shimmer to it, so it's got more of a highlighty color to it. Just love these. So I have my Angie A. I believe this is the 507, my blush brush from the Angie Hot and Flashy. And I am going to, because it's summery, I'm going to take something light. And I think I might mix the pink and the peach together. So I'm going to do a little tap in each one of them, tap off any excess. And then I'm just going to put it up high on my cheek and bring it up. Do that on the other side. These are very buildable. I very, very lightly touched into the palette because you can see it picks up color, but I don't want to, I want to be able to start out soft and then I can build it up to whatever density or brightness that I want. So if I want a more natural, super light look, I can do that. But if I want to build it up, because I love blush, and I think as you get older, you lose so much color in your skin and everything. I think you need blush, so perfect. And that pink and peach color goes very, very well with my new Mod palette. So both of these products were from Sigma. I love Sigma products. I would highly recommend them. These are all of my products so far. I am going to run downstairs, do something with this hair, get the clip out and everything, and I will be right back and we'll do some lips and we will be done. So I'll be seeing you in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Did my hair, put some earrings on, and I brought up 2 lip products. But before I do that, I've got my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm just going to put a little bit around my lips. This acts like a primer. And it's going to help my lip liner and my lipstick stay on a lot better. So I just brought up a NYX lip pencil, and this is in the color Citrine. And I'm just going to line my lips with it. And then I brought up a Maybelline Superstay Crayon. And I cannot tell you what color this is because it is worn off. That's because I use this one a lot. I think that color goes just perfectly with my eyeshadow look, and I cannot believe I have a little flaking going on here, which I normally never have with my Maybelline. And that could be because I think I've had my tube just about 3 months, so it's probably just about time to get a new one. So this is the look. I think it came out very, very well. I think these are products that probably, a lot of you have in your arsenal because they've been around for a while. I do hope that you've enjoyed the products that I've showed you today. check your products that you have. You know, we're always so excited about trying all the new products that come out, but we need to use the products that we have. Go back and use the products that you have. I have so many eyeshadow palettes and I love them. I love all the ones that I have. If I didn't love them, I've decluttered them, so I know the ones that I have I love, so I like to go back and use them. And I said this in one of my other previous videos that I try to make it a point to switch my eyeshadow palette every day. I don't want to get a rut in using the same one over and over again. I spent money on those palettes that I have, so I want to use them, so I try to rotate, just like I do with anything. I rotate my shoes every day. You wear different shoes every day. You wear different clothes every day. So why not wear different makeup every day? So go back and use the products that you have and try them if you love them. And if you try them and then you realize you don't love them, that's when you can declutter them. But I always say, you know what? Find good use for them. I haven't used this in a while because I have so many blushes and it got put at the bottom because it's a bigger one and things that on top. But I am loving the way that it looks. It's a nice, soft, natural color, but I know that it wears well. So this is the look today. Thank you so much for joining me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your support for my channel and for coming back. And if you're new here, I hope that you will consider subscribing. If you are a regular, I hope that you will consider sharing this video. Always ring the notification bell and give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much again for joining me. Go out, have yourself a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you again in my next video.